Welcome back, fellow food geeks. How are you all? I wish you're all well. So, today we have a Punjabi masala bangan. My sister was just commenting that day that how come I've not made any vegetables at all, as sides or otherwise. So, I thought let's get started one of those. And masala bangan, which is a Punjabi masala, is one of my very favorites. You can have it with rice, parathas, rotis, yum. My mouth is watering. Let's quickly get started. So here I have around 4 large tomatoes chopped, 3 large onions chopped, then I have a green chili and ginger paste which I pounded really, around 1 tablespoon of that, and some coriander stems. These are cilantro stems. I have not used the leaves, I've used the stems. It really adds a very nice flavor, trust you me. And along with all this we need aubergines, eggplants, bangan, brinjals, whatever you might call them. We have around 700 grams of aubergines, and let's now get started and make a masala for that. But before that, let me just show you how to slice the aubergines. So we have to slice them two ways. We don't have to slice it from the cap, we have to slice it from the other side, or cut like this, and then the opposite way, making a cross. But make sure that the aubergine or the eggplant is attached from the stem. You want to have it in 4 pieces, but you do not want to separate it into 4 parts. It has to be joined from the crown. Just remember that. So I'm going to quickly do all of these and come back. And trust me guys, the severest of your critics, namely your children, are going to enjoy eating this. It's that tiny and lovely. So this is done, and now let's quickly go over to the gas stove and make our masala. So I need a wok for that. Trust me, it's clean. I worked very hard. This is the maximum I could clean it. Still the rivets are a little dirty, but they just look dirty. I've really cleaned them hard. So short story long, I need some mustard oil, around 3 to 4 tablespoons. I'm going to let it smoke. I'm only going to add the jeera or the cumin once it reaches the smoking point. So it has now, and now I've added 1 teaspoon of cumin seeds to it. I will let them sputter, and then I'll add my ginger and green chili paste to it. I love the sizzling sound, don't you? And now I'm going to add my onions to it. You could add any onions, Spanish, red, white, your wish. Red lends itself really well to Indian cooking, curries. So now I've added carom seeds, around half teaspoon of carom seeds. I will now add some asafoetida, around half a teaspoon of asafoetida. Now I have a very mild asafoetida, so I'm adding a little more, and I love it. You may add less if you feel like it. It's entirely up to you. Although it's really good for digestion, and as we do not have any garlic, I would like to add it. It's up to you really what you want to do. Now we're going to add saunf, or as we call it, aniseed. 1 teaspoon of anise seeds. You can roast it, you can grind it a little bit. If you have saunf powder, you can use that as well, aniseed powder. But I like the granular, the texture to it, so I'm adding that. Now I'm going to add my coriander stems or the cilantro stems along with my tomatoes, and I'm going to mix them up well. I basically want to let the tomatoes reduce down and it to form a nice paste, this masala, so that I can fill it inside my aubergines or eggplants. So now my tip is, always as soon as you add your tomatoes, you add your salt, because salt really helps to break down the whole thing up. The tomatoes will start sweating, they'll release osmosis. Because of osmosis, they'll release their water and turn into a gooey mushy pulp, which is what we're looking for anyways. So we're going to do that. And now we're going to add our turmeric. I'm adding half a teaspoon. This is a quarter teaspoon, so I'm adding 2 times, so that's half a teaspoon. And next I'm going to add around 1 teaspoon of Kashmiri lal mirch or red chili powder. Basically this is just for color. It absolutely is not hot, it just adds to the color. If you do not want to add it, you can add some tomato paste instead, but believe you me, even if I add 3 teaspoons, you won't feel a bit of heat. Now the next thing I'm going to add is 1 teaspoon of coriander powder and 1 teaspoon of cumin powder. And I've added 1 teaspoon of Kitchen King. Kitchen King masala is really nice for the curries. And now I've added 1 teaspoon of dried mango powder or amchur. And we'll give it a good mix. Amchur brings out the tanginess. You can adjust it according to taste. In fact, all the masalas that we have, you can adjust them according to your taste. You do not like a certain thing, you may remove it. You like something more, you please add more of it. Now, do you see the oil separating? So now our masala is done, and all we're going to do is switch off our gas stove and wait for this to cool down. The reason we want it to cool down is so that we can add it to the eggplants. Now it's cooled down, and I'm going to show you how to add it. Now you may think this masala is, the stuffing is much more than required for these many amount of eggplants, but believe you me, I am not going to put all this masala inside. In fact, what people do is usually they cook it with more oil after they stuff the eggplants. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to make sure that whatever the stuffing is left is what we cook the eggplants in, so we do not need any more oil. We're just going to cook it inside this masala, the gravy that is left, which is going to ensure that we don't have to put extra oil, which is a good thing, right? So this is how we stuff it, like I'm showing you. You open both sides, you put in the masala nicely, generously. Don't worry if it's falling down or falling out of it. It's perfectly alright. It's going to rest in the bed of this masala anyways and cook deliciously. So this is how we're going to do it. I'm going to do it for all of them. Let me do another one for you. I'm going to put it in a plate, on a plate I mean. Let me do one more and then I'll show the whole thing to you once it's done. Now you may wonder why I speak when I'm adding the last word. I'm just going to say the last word, I stop. Because being a teacher, I'm used to people, my students saying the last word, and probably my sister pointed this out to me that, you just stop. So I'm going to fill the, and then you stop and say eggplants a little later. So I'm going to put around 3/4 of a cup of water in this stuffing. It's already on the gas. I've switched it on. You may adjust the water. If you think you need more, you can please add more later. It depends. You're going to cook it for around 15 to 20 minutes, and you'll find out. Maybe even more. Maybe even half an hour if your eggplants are a little harder, or they're not very soft or raw. You really want the tender ones, the baby eggplants. So now I'm going to drop this inside nicely. Just keep them really. And you might ask me that why didn't I place all the eggplants and then add the water. So if I do that, you see this is a very runny stuffing. If I add water on top, what's going to happen? It's going to get washed away from inside the eggplant, which I don't want. I want the stuffing to remain inside the eggplant as well, and also coated from the outside. So that is the reason I'm not going to add water from top. And even if you do need extra water after a little while, after a few minutes maybe, just add it from the side of the wok. Please do not add water straight into it, because then from the slits all the masala or the stuffing is going to seep out, and then you will not get that lovely taste. So I'm going to cook it for some while. This is on medium high, and I'm going to put a lid on it on the vessel, not my talking. So it's been around 15 minutes, and you see it bubbling away to glory. All I'm going to do is I'm very gently going to turn them around so that the other side is facing the wok or the masala, and that also gets cooked, because eggplant does take a little longer to cook than the other vegetables, some other vegetables. So I will cook this approximately for half an hour, 25 minutes to half an hour. Basically you have to eyeball it, or you can cut into an eggplant and see if it's cooked. That's all there is to it. And meanwhile you can also cook up some rice, or maybe make parathas, which are Indian flatbreads, or naans for that matter. They go really well with any kind of a bread, flatbread that is. So I've turned them around. I'm going to cook them for another 15 minutes or so. I'm going to close them up with the lid, and after 15 more minutes, these are ready. All I'm going to do is add some cilantro or coriander to it and switch off the gas. It's ready to serve with whatever you feel like, whatever catches your fancy. So do give me a like if you like this video. If not, let me know what was something you didn't like, and I would definitely like to work on it. And press the notification bell after you subscribe, because you know that there is a whole lot of deliciousness where this came from. Bye.